So every time you see Lamed Aleph, it's not.
It's not. So it's defined as it's.
I'm trying to track with you here because I was somewhere else.
I know.
I was thinking hard. It's okay.
So
I can stop.
We conjecture through the Spirit, through what the Spirit showed me. I said, okay, so now it's tohu, but you've gone from nothing through 0 point, right? So you're returning back, which is really a loop in itself.
So you go to like the nothingness and then to creation and then to nothingness and creation. It's round and round, Shana, do over again.
Okay. So now the conjecture of that was simply going like, Spirit coming, hey, no, perspective is this. It's the teaching of family. It's not. It's the system in itself that produces the measure of intention.
So the teachers come as the Lameds to teach the way of one, the
right.
Aleph, to become family.
Right. So
okay.
But it's defined as not. But so we're the conjecture for anyone else going like, but it says not. Like you.
But that's in English.
I know, but this is where I'm going to.
Okay.
So I stumbled on this, and I thought it was interesting because why I stumbled on this verse I'm on. This is where I am with the pomegranate and breaking down these verses, and it led me to the first time I've ever seen quiche.
So is that like
Quiche?
Kaf Yod Sheen?
It's
Kaf Yod Sheen.
Well, it's la quiche. It's a lamed Kaf Yod Sheen.
So it's a lamed added in front of quiche.
No.
Okay.
It is. It's laquiche, but so and I stopped right there and I'm like, okay, well there it is right there. There's the quiche, and I'm right. So I just wanted to. There's 24 occurrences.
Okay. So.
And there's only one occurrence of laquiche, and it's in the verse I'm working on. And there's no from an uncertain derivation.
Right.
So, okay. Stop.
So got to pay attention.
Stop. So I went on either side of it.
Okay.
And and so it's Strong's number 3923. So I went to 3924, and it went to Lulah. A loop.
How is that one? A hula hoop. Right.
Hoop.
So it's around, going around and around and around.
So it is spelled Lamed, Olive, Hey. It has 13 occurrences.
Wait. Two lameds. And an olive hay.
13 occurrences, and they're
13?
13 occurrences, and they're all Lamed, Olive, Taws.
Oh my gosh.
Now hold on. So yeah. I had a tiger by the tail.
Holy crikey.
So now hold on. So I'm getting goosebumps here.
So this is the 13 teachers of light.
Yes.
The 13 tribesmen.
Of the 24 elders.
Right. So this just verifies what we were just talking about this morning.
So I'm holding a tiger here, and you start talking. I got a tiger by the tail, literally. And that's why the steward said, tell her you have a tiger by the tail.
Okay, it's fine.
Oh, yeah, the tiger is going to bite me. So then I went down. I said, okay, this is interesting. Because now I'm going like, it brought me to a verse. So I went on the other side.
Oh, my gosh.
And so Lulah, a loop. Lamed, olive hay, all 13 occurrences.
With the olive tav.
Okay. And some of them, I think one has a bet and one has a mem, but all the rest
of course
of them,
they would.
But they're all lamed, olive tavs.
Okay.
So I'm seeing pattern. Right?
So Father's covenant, Father's covenant, Father's covenant, Father's covenant. Through the olive tav.
First occurrence.
Uh-huh.
Exodus 26:4. And you shall make loops of blue.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. Lamed, olive tav, and you shall make loops of blue.
So this is connecting to the scarlet and the blue to make the purple.
So.
Right?
It's from as a loop, the same as Lulah. So I went Lulah. So I went to Lulah, and it went to 384b, Lulah, a loop. Okay.
So this is going back to the Lulah.
So now we're going back to the Lulah. So right, because it's of it. This is Lulah is pointing. This is what I'm from. I'm from this loop.
Right.
And so then, okay, well, if it's 384B, then what's 384A?
Right.
So I went to it, 384a is if not.
If not,
If not, this is the loop, but if not. And then I went, okay, what is 384a? And then 384a is except. And it is Lamed, Vav, Lamed, Aleph.
Lamed,
which is from
Vav, Lamed, Aleph.
Which is from Lo, not.
Oh my goodness. So that is a Lamed, is one teacher, mother. Vav connected to Lamed, father, that produces the family of one.
Yes.
So the teachings, so that totally makes sense. So this connects again to like what you were saying. So the Lo is the teacher that teaches the one, but they're divided. So when you're under mother, she's teaching you from her perspective, right? Lamed Aleph. She helps give you the Vav so that you can connect to the second Lo teaching,
Yes.
Lamed Aleph, which is father's teaching, which then allows you to read the codes.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, it makes my head spin.
So,
oh my goodness.
It verifies what the Spirit told me to say the not is not what we think.
Right. So the not is not what we think because it makes us not.
Except
it makes us nothing.
It makes you nothing.
So what it does, okay, so if the B system is based on flesh, and these teachings are based on spirit, then through the Lulah, we are rendered into nothingness because we burn up all of the flesh. So now we are full of spirit and light.
Lamed, Aleph, Tav.
Oh my gosh.
As one.
That makes me want to cry.
13 occurrences.
So it's like the 13 tribesmen of light that are no longer of flesh.
And this is all, so here's the verse. Here's the verse.
This is really undoing in a good way.
Here's the verse I found it in.
Okay.
Harness the chariot. Harness the Merkabah.
Of course.
To the swift steeds. Inhabit Lachish. And that's as far as I got because Lachish has got no definition. But it's actually, so now it's the root of Lachish, the Lachishiel. It's no occurrence, Lamed, Kaf, Yod, Shin. So now it's like, oh my goodness. Like,
so then, after you flip the Lo and you're no longer under instruction, you become Lachish El.
And then Lachishiel. And so now now be the Swiss steeds, inhabit of Lachish. So now you're inhabiting of Lachish, the beginning of sin. She, to the daughter of Zion, for in you were found the transgressions of Israel. So it's like, you found this, and I haven't worked through the rest of it yet, but I can see in here, like, oh my goodness, like you've become harnesses. And harnesses, there's only one occurrence for harness, and it's in this verse, and that means to bind.
Of course, so this is connected to binding to your hand and the frontlets between your eyes.
And how is this spelled? Resh, Tav, Mem. The head, Tom.
Yes, through the twin covenants that raise the poor and destitute to become first fruit leaders.
One perfected head that is full through the Tom, twin parents' revelation that produces the intention.
And because it's the Resh, they continually face the Father. That's why you see the back of their head.
These are the chariots, the swift steeds. And the swift steeds is what
the daughters of Zion.
So these are the steeds. And the steeds are Resh, Kaf, Shin. So now you're...
So it's Kish again.
It's Kish again.
With a Resh in front of it.
So now you're Kish.
So, compressing light,
and
right?
Means,
compressing light, which is the fire within.
And it means to collect and gather up property.
Oh my goodness.
And inhabit is sit, remain, dwell, to marry.
As married.
As married.
That's Yeshab.
Yeshab, And it's in here it's Yod Shin Bet,
Yep.
but in this spelling it's Yod Vav Shin Bet Tav.
Of course,
You
because
completed.
it also has shub in it, though. It has the
Yeah.
sheen bet,
Yeah.
which means to turn.
Yes. So now you.
So you turn and you face the Father,
So now,
the Resh.
So now from that, now you're the next word is now you're Lamed Kaf Yod Shin.
Wow.
So now you're 24 occurrences of this. So now these are 24 that have become the teacher of what it's stating. Now you're the teacher of the steeds. These are the light horses.
So the light horses are the 24
The
elders.
24 elders.
Wow.
Yeah.
I guess we just have to find the 24.
And then the next word is the beginning. Rashid.
Of course it would be. So when the 24 elders are established is when it begins.
And Rashid is spelled Resh Aleph Shin Yod Tav.
So that takes us right back to Genesis 1:1 because it's Rashit, and then the beginning it's Barashit. It's the bet.
You built it.
Right.
You don't need the bar because you are Rashid. You are the beginning.
You are the beginning because you did it.
The loop.
Right, Shana, to do it again. So what this is doing is taking us all the way back to become what was intended from the beginning. So at the end is when you become the beginning. So we just are completing the loop.
So what's the next word?
Is that right?
Yes.
We are completing the loop.
You're completing the loop. And what's the next word?
In the circle of time.
What are we trying to fix here? The breach.
The
what's
breach.
The next word? The beginning.
Sin.
The Rashid. Sin.
Sin.
You've taken sin right back to the place of origin, to the beginning.
To rewrite it.
To rewrite it. And then it was...
Is that kata? No. Yeah, kata?
It's hep, tep, aleph, tav.
So, oh my gosh! So it is telling us to rewrite sin when the breach happened is through the aleph tav. Because kata in its root form has the hay on the end. The hay is the revelation of Father's teaching. So in the root, it tells us how to resolve sin is through Father's teaching.
Yep.
The only way to get there is through the aleph tav.
So then,
so wait a minute. This is an Old Testament scripture too, right?
Yes.
So the fact that the aleph is on the suffix in the Old Testament? Are you kidding me? That's what happens in Aramaic all the time, but very rarely in Hebrew. So you would, holy moly, Ken, this is a treasure trove of like, so to reverse sin is through the aleph tav. It's through the language of light.
Through the language of light. And then she was. Now, it's not was, just now she returned she.
What is she?
Hey Yod Aleph.
Wait, hold on. Okay, so that's who, Hey Vav Aleph. But now she's been empowered within. She has been given the power of the right hand, which is the means and the direction.
Now she is.
So the Yod Tav of Bereshit, right? Roshit, the Yod Tav, that Yod is now placed within her.
Right. She is now.
So she's connected to the vision.
She's now Rashid.
She's Rashid.
She's the beginning.
And it's in her heart because you build within. You build the kingdom within.
She found the beginning from the end. She's Rashid.
My gosh.
So now the next word is to the daughter of Zion. And
Is that bot?
Conjunctive dash daughter, Zion.
So daughter is connected to Zion. How's bot spelled? Or daughter?
Lamed, bet, tav.
Of course it would be.
Conjunctive
so
dash.
It's the bet, it's the bot with the lamed in front of it, the teaching shepherds of mother.
Right. And then Zion, but she's in the flesh now.
She's still manifesting in the flesh body.
And then we have 4, which is key, which...
Right.
Is it 4?
No, it's not. It's Kaf Yod, right?
Are they burning?
So that's the Kaf Yod, right?
The Kaf Yod.
So they've grasped the vision of power with their hands.
But
and they give, because the Yod is the open hand that gives.
Yes. So now, but that's a conjunctive dash to in you, and there's no definition in you, but it's now the bet Kaf.
So the temples that have built that are and have grasped the power in the earth.
What?
Right? They're in the earth having the power as those who are built.
Yeah.
So let me back up. So the Bet Zion It's bet, labet, conjunctive dash, zion.
Yep.
And then does it have another conjunctive dash after zion?
Not in Zion. It's
I mean, after zion.
after Zion, a conjunctive dash for you. For is connected to in you.
So we have bat, labat, conjunctive dash, zion, conjunctive dash, baka, in you. All three of them are connected?
No. It's
Okay,
the
sorry.
daughters are connected
To
to Zion.
zion. Okay.
And then that is that.
Okay.
And then the next one is for in you, and for is conjected to in you.
Okay, so 4 is the key.
Yes.
So key, conjunctive dash, baka.
Right. You've built and grasped it.
Exactly. So does the bet have a dagesh in it?
No. No dagesh in the bet.
So it's waiting to be filled with the power. So these who are the ones who have built that are waiting. They're waiting for the fulfillment of the strong dagesh.
So they were found, Nun Mem Zadi Aleph Vav.
Nun, Mem, Zadi.
Aleph Vav.
So those on the spiritual path, through the living waters of mother and father's teaching, that took the journey, the spiritual path, right? Through desire, and then Vav, and then what was it?
Nun Mem Zadi Aleph Vav.
So as the family of one that are now connected to the Father. And what is that word?
That's were found.
It's from matzah. That's matzah.
Yeah, matzah. Yeah,
That's matzah.
Yeah. So these ones were found. And then the transgressions is Pei, Shin, Ayin, Yod.
Pei, Shin, Ayin, Yod. There has to be a dual in there. There has to be an opposite to transgressions.
I haven't broken it down. I'm just going, but these were found probably.
What verse is that? I'm just curious.
Micah 1:13.
Micah. Wow, you're in the minor prophets. It has to be. There has to be a duality in there.
Well, I'm sure it is. It's okay. So
it's a revolt. It's a revolt from the idea of expansion to break away.
And this whole thing, everything about.
Oh my gosh, the root of it, to stride. The root of it is to stride.
Right.
So in the Brown Driver's Briggs, it's to. Oh my gosh, Ken.
Transgress.
No, to step and march. It's the same gematria of Shema. It's the exact same gematria, just in different order.
But that fits right into the poem. Not one before, not one behind. They are in a line. And how they do it in the poem, they took the line and they circled the line to make the loop.
Oh my gosh. And so that brings back to the Kuf. They circled the line. So in the circle of time, they compressed light within. That which was once hidden, now revealed. They've balanced Koshet between the light and the dark.
They balanced the white and black stone.
Exactly. The Urim and the Thummim.
Yeah,
the lights and the perfection.
That's what when I walked away, and that's why I said it out loud. I said, I said, I'll just go into the kitchen, go to the bathroom. No, say it. That's why I told Jesse, listen. So I want to say it. Like, the priests are balanced between the white and the black stone.
Of course they are.
They are full color, representation of color through the black and the white.
Hence why the ephod is on their chest, because it's in the place of their heart.
Yeah. So they contain all the color.
Gosh. So they have all of the attributes of all 12 stones perfectly set between the black and the white.
Wearing the pomegranates on their feet.
Which is them bearing fruit.
Well, more than that, it roots out at they are lifted out through exaltation.
Oh my gosh.
They are exalted. They're called, and it's called the rose.
Right, because it was the play on the words of rising.
Every occurrence
A
says
rose.
that a rose, a rose, a rose, a rose. You're going up to, oh my goodness.
So that then connects the whole thing to the scent of the rose. It's like it's the completion.
The whole thing connects.
It's like literally the completion and the answer.
I just can't. So I'm trying to get it out because I'm still like got the tiger by the tail here going, this is not. This defines Lamed Olive. To go like, okay, it's not going, don't do this. Like, Not means you connected the loop. Not is directly connected to the teacher that tells you the way of family that would connect the loop so you get the pieces.
The Lamed Olive to the Lamed
So it
Olive.
justifies saying
the two loops, mother and father.
Yes, you connected the Vesica Pisces. So you connected the two loops. So you are right in the middle of the two loops.
So the Vesica Pisces in the center portion, because they've talked about it being the birthing canal, right? This is what makes the new man.
This is the new man.
This is the absolute new man. And so that is Adam going to atom.
Yep.
At the subatomic level, becoming light.
Well, yeah, this is where the two shall become one. Atome.
Atome, which is Adam. Atom.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, well, I'm only saying that because the teaching I'm doing right now, I just finished the slide from atom to atom. That's why I brought that forth. As it relates to the mark of mother and father, the twin covenants of light.
Yes. So it completes the process of the teachings. It's like these ones, again, so these ones are not doing the teachings. They're not even in the first stages. But this is where you flip your nature. This is where you flip the Lamed Olive to the Olive Lamed. Only through the knot can you find the right turn of L-ship.
So when you become nothing.
When you become nothing, you've realized, because you found nothing.
Right.
You found not.
Right, you found not.
You found not. You found nothing. Through everything.
You found the
through
Lamed
the journey.
Olive.
And it's amazing because what does this even root out at?
Oh my gosh. Oh, this is a lot. This is heavy.
I know, it's all been heavy the last couple of days.
I know.
And so this actually roots out at the knot.
Yeah.
The next one is...
I'm freaking still tripping out on the Shema and the marching and the stepping.
Yeah.
Because it's Shem who sees.
It's actually...
Oh my gosh. Water and fire that has the eyes that march because they can see because they're of fire and living water. I'm sorry. Okay. I'll reel it in. Keep going.
It's funny because on the occurrences now, I got to go back and get this before I forget it, because on either side of this now, of the word I'm working on, you have Lamed.
Yeah.
And Lahak. Halak, the Wat, but with the Lamed now on either side of it.
So it's a Lalak.
Lalak. So you have Lalak, Lamed, and in between the pieces of those, you have what I'm digging up in Strong's.
Oh my gosh.
Now that's just Strong's doing that and going like,
no,
dang.
Everything is intentional.
There's the Lamed, the teacher points to the walk points to the teacher, and in between the pieces, I'm going like, there's the loop.
Right.
Of not.
Becoming nothing where everything is.
Through the Lamed Olive top. Build it.
Right. So then again, it takes it back to the tabnith. The pattern.
So the quiche.
My goodness.
So now it's leading me to this thing. Because now this other one is talking about, these are the war horses. These are the ones these are the rays of the sun, the one ray of the sun that stand as the multitude of the many.
So again, that just connects your pearly horse. Your poem.
Yeah. It's like, but it's like release the poem and then the revelation comes and oh my gosh.
Which is exactly the way it's supposed to be, spirit before the truth locks it in.
So now it's like, yep, you said it. Now
so here's the way you can tie it.
Here's the way I can tie it in.
In a nice little bow.
Right. Going like, dang. Yeah, you already released it, so now the poem is released.
Right. Right. Oh my goodness.
So it ties in so much, I'm going like, dang, I can't, like, Tom Cruise, the twins, the Tome, the Atomic, the Masters of Micro The macro, the large, the small. Oh,
So again, really, this is bringing in what was said by Thoth. As above, so below.
right.
As within, so without. And there's one more phrase that I'm not thinking of right now, but it literally is the fullness of the expression. And he's Tav Vav Tav.
Which is beginning and end. He'd be beginning and end.
Exactly.
As an entity of probably many, but an entity that was teaching the way of beginning and end. He was teaching the way of the loop. He was teaching the language that loops so you can find beginning and end.
Again, so that makes me think of is it something that I shared in the teaching I'm doing right now? That Thoth brought forth the emerald tablets.
Mm-hmm.
And then as Moshe brought forth the emerald tablets. The sapphire. So he brought the emerald ones. The sapphire tablets were brought by Moses when he came down, but he broke them because they weren't ready for it yet. They weren't ready for the second portion. So what I find amazing is how long this has expanded. Like, my gosh. You talk about a long game. This is the long game of the long game. So you have people playing the long game in the narrative, in the lesser narrative. But the long game.
Don't worry about stuff.
Don't worry about it, Tikva. Just come on in. And he's like, I want to come say hi. You guys are talking about some cool stuff. So, again, the long game was the emerald tablets were given. This is what I find profound because I'm just connecting another dot. Oh my gosh. Okay. So the emerald tablets were given in Paleo Hebrew. It is said that the sapphire tablets were written in Asherit Katav, Aramaic, the language of the queen. Asherah, Asherit Katav. The sapphire tablets were the language of the queen, but we couldn't receive it yet until Yeshua came. So in releasing the hay, he is now releasing the Asherit Katav, the language of the queen, because it's Asherit, right? Yotav, Asherah, hey, the revelation has to come to those who would be made queen of heaven.
Yeah, it's a lot of information for one host. Trying to get it where it's...
Makes my head swim. It makes me sometimes feel like I'm being pressed into my chair down to the floor, and the fact of the humility process of all of the humbling and the meekness is like, how do we share this? That's the hardest
part. Well, you got to digest it. It's
I know.
Like, I can't.
And so in telling people, so what I have been sharing with people is the need for them to, if they want to do this, they need to start through the paleo.
Yeah.
They have to at least recognize the letters.
It's like we're looking at the same code.
I know.
The extraction...
But you just found something linking the Old Testament to the New Testament through Aramaic, because the Aleph never goes. In all the scriptures I've looked up in Hebrew, it's like when we were looking up the other day, what was the other letter that showed up on the suffix? I shared with you that in all of the ones that I have looked, I have never seen the manifestation of that letter on the suffix. Well, guess what? The Aleph showing up on the suffix in the Old Testament, that is a pattern of Aramaic. That's a pattern of the Asherit Katav that links the Brit Hadashah to the Tanakh in a book that you wouldn't think it would, right? Because Daniel and Ezra are the ones that are written in Aramaic. So this leaked over to Micah to start bringing, and of course it's a minor prophet because the minor prophets actually have a lot to say, right? Everybody wants to keep looking at Isaiah and
Look, there's not
Jeremiah.
one here that has all on the sheet. Which one you talking?
Yeah, it was one that you said it went to Aleph Tav or Aleph Hay. It was an Aleph Hay or the Hay Aleph. I don't remember what word it was, but it was in the beginning.
It was Lulah.
Yeah.
Lamed, Aleph Hay.
Right.
And then all the occurrences are
were Aleph Tav.
Aleph Tav.
That's what I'm saying. So it is connecting the languages, the Aleph Tav, with the Hebrew and the Aramaic, the Asherit Katav, linking the two languages together through the Lulah, through the two teachings of mother and father, the two laments. That's why I was stirring so much, and I was like, oh my gosh, you gotta be kidding. I mean, I know you're not kidding. It's just, it's a lot right now. It's a lot. Oh my gosh, my chest is heavy. Ugh. No, it's not bad. It's good. It's just, oh gosh.